of recent, there have been very many people literally asking as to why the Kenya shilling, for some reason, has remained stagnant at 129 Kenya shillings, despite the fact that Donald Trump introduced tariffs. Now, guys, in this video, I'm going to explain to you something very interesting that the William Ruto government has literally done for this to be happening, and why this is just a problem waiting to happen. For us to understand this, I'm gonna need you to understand some few things. So the first thing you need to understand in this video is that the international currency for trade is the dollar. So if you want to buy things from other countries, you will need dollars. Yeah. Number two, the price of the dollar is quietly dependent on the supply and demand thing that you learned in business. So if you have very many dollars in the country, for example, the price tends to go down. If you have fewer dollars in the country, the price tends to go up. The central bank is the one that regulates the dollars. It's in charge of regulating the amount of dollars in the country. Yeah. So the central bank literally sells dollars to banks, which literally sell to people. Now, if there is a shortage of dollars in the country, what usually happens is that the banks, many people will be going to the banks to try and get these dollars, and there is a shortage, so there is a high demand, and the price goes up. Yeah. But if there is excess dollars in the market, that means any person can go into the bank and buy these dollars, get them easily, and so the demand is low and the price is low as well. Yeah. So that is the basic thing you need to understand. And I believe by you understanding this, you should realize that the reason the dollar is at 129 is because, as opposed to 163 or 160 where it was, is because there is more dollars in the country right now as compared to when that situation was happening. Now, the bigger question then becomes, why is it that during that time there was a shortage of dollars, and today we have excess dollars? In fact, recently there was this news that the total amount at the CBK is around 10 trillion or 10 billion, I don't remember the exact figure. So some few things you have to realize. Yeah? In Kenya, we haven't literally discovered minerals or anything. Our sources of dollars are still the same: tourism, export of tea, etc. That means there is another source of dollars that has literally come in, and that is the most important thing you have to realize. The William Ruto government has literally gone on a borrowing spree. From 2023 to right now 2025, they have literally borrowed close to $11 billion. So as a result, what has happened is that these loans that we have been taking, most of them are denominated in dollars. So these loans have come in, and we have very many dollars in the country, or too much dollars in the country, and as a result, the price of the dollar is stagnant at 129. Yeah. And what is even more interesting is something, I want you guys to remember something. When the William Ruto government came into power, they promised Kenyans that they will not be pegging the shillings. They said that the Uhuru government was using a lot of dollars to ensure the price of the dollar was stable. So William Ruto said that he wanted the price of the dollar to fluctuate with the market factors, etc. So he removed that amount that was being used to peg the dollar. Now, when they say pegging, what actually happens is that the central bank takes approximately, let's say, $4 billion or something of the sort, puts this money, and ensures this money can never be used at that specific time. And what that does is that it ensures the price of the dollar is maintained at a certain price, because that amount is always there. Now, what was happening in 2022, 2023, when William Ruto removed that amount, is that all of a sudden there was a serious shortage of dollars. Yeah, even before that there was already a shortage, but this shortage was exacerbated even much more, and the price started shooting up. Yeah. Now, when the William Ruto government went abroad, he was traveling here and there and getting these loans. We have very many dollars getting into the country, and the price has literally gone down. Now, what they have done is they have literally done the same thing that Uhuru Kenyatta was doing. They have literally ensured that there is a certain amount of money that has been saved specifically to ensure that the price of the dollar remains at a certain price. Now, we have excess dollars right now, and that should mean that the price of the dollar should literally be going down. It should literally be going towards 70 or even 90, but they have ensured that the price remains at 129, Now, the reason this is a problem in itself is right now there is some relief here, and the price of the dollar is stable. But remember, these monies that are being used to stabilize this dollar is literally loans, yeah, and these loans have to be paid. Now, most of these loans have to be paid from 2026, 2027, 2028, and that means from 2027 to 2032, we'll have to just take the same amounts of money that we're using right now to stabilize the shilling to use to repay those loans at that specific time. And that will even be more problematic, because it means the price of the Kenya shilling from 2027 going forward will start going up. Yeah, the dollar price will start going up, and as a result, the shilling will become extremely expensive, volatile, or whatever. I don't know how we can say it, but the price of the Kenya shilling will start going up at that specific time. As a result, this is why I'm saying what the William Ruto government has literally done is literally push a problem downhill, and that means the person who will become president from 2027 to 2032 will have a very difficult time, because they'll have loans that we are literally starting to repay, number one, and number two, they'll have a problem in which the Kenya shilling price will start going up.